Hey,
Greetings,
hey,
everybody. What's going on? We're a little late. Forgive us. We have production in here again this week trying to get stuff together. Yeah?
yes, but we here in full effect.
Yes. Hey, co host.
Hey, girl.
Hey,
Hey, girl.
beautiful. How are you?
I'm good.
Yes, the chat room is coming up. That's our people. They waiting for like, it's 5 o'clock. Where are they at?
I'm
Welcome, guys.
okay.
Let me put on my comment.
I know I don't see the comment. I don't see anything, but it's all good. We have
We here. We here. Um, we are Epinions. I am Ebony Nicole. She is.
Elisa Matista.
Welcome, guys. So, what's going on with you? How was your weekend? What did you get into?
My weekend was good. It was pretty low key. You know, it was messy yesterday, and aside from that, it was pretty low key. This whole week I went to all my doctor's appointments. I was so proud that I got everything done with. So it was like really
Amazing.
good. I got my physical done. I got GYN,
That's
dental,
important.
huh? I did
I said
everything.
that's important.
It is absolutely important. That's one thing I can say about a lot of minorities. We don't go to the doctor as much, but one thing I stay on top of is my
Hmm.
health. Because if anything is wrong, I want to get ahead of it. You know what I'm saying? I'm
Absolutely.
always the one thing that came back messed up, which was never before, was that I have high cholesterol. So I don't know what,
Wow.
but it's only 10
Wow.
points over. But I'm
Hmm.
glad that I know now because I'm going back in 6 months and I'm taking care of it. Trust and believe it's gonna be back in order.
Good stuff. Yeah, I agree. I think it's important we do hold off our doctor's appointments, and I think for me that we're getting older, I'll say I be scared. Like you never want them to come back and like, oh, I think we see something in your like, you know what I'm saying? I be so nervous.
Yeah.
But it's very important, especially go get that checked out. That quad for GYNs is very important.
What? I do
That's
that
very,
like
that's very
faithfully.
important.
Let me tell
Okay.
you something. Every year, I'm like there at the beginning of the year because I'm always like anticipating. Okay, the year is here. It's January.
Hmm.
Let's go. Let me set up all of these appointments and go.
Exactly.
How was your week?
My weekend was good. I hosted a 60-year-old birthday party, an event
Mm-hmm.
was really nice. And I did that. That's really it. Other than that, I just relaxed. I know it was a little messy on Friday, so I just chilled.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. Hey, L'Oreal.
Yes, Gloral. Hey, girl. I was talking to her for hours this morning. How you doing? Even though I just spoke to you.
Welcome. So you
Yes.
want to dive? We're a little late. You want to dive into our juicy hot topics?
Yes, absolutely. Who we gonna start out with first? There's so many juicy topics. This
I know.
yes.
Ryan Coogler.
Yes.
So, if you guys haven't heard, back in January, Ryan was mistaken for a bank robber. Okay, we got it. We got it up. Um, so he went to Bank of America to withdraw some funds, and he ends up leaving handcuffed and detained. The film director tried to make a withdrawal from his own account when a black teller pressed code red. She called out for code red. Okay. So now listen, it's been a lot of stories going on. I really didn't get the full story until actually yesterday because I was really, really on the teller side. Because I didn't understand why did he go into the bank with the written letter stating that he wanted to withdraw money. But I heard a different story on yesterday that he did in fact have his ID.
That's what I was saying when we was talking about it before. I think he did
Yeah.
everything right.
Yeah, he showed his ID, but she got nervous and still called
But can you say
the
what you said
security.
before? He should have called the bank to let them know he's on his way.
Absolutely. Absolutely. When you pulling that amount of money, absolutely call ahead. So you could sit with the banker if you want to be discreet and you don't want nobody to know your business. And I get it, I understand that. But call ahead of time. Yeah, they'll
No, that's not.
provide
You
that
don't
service
get
for
part
him.
of that. No, I'm not calling no bank. Like, why would I call? I would never think if I'm making a withdrawal to call a bank ahead of time. First of all, you hardly they got
For
eight.
that amount of money, E? I
You
could see you
spoke up.
pulling out 100 or two, even 1,000.
No, I never called the bank. I've made thousands of withdrawals, not 12,000, but I've made thousands. I would never think to call the bank ahead of time. The bank is there during normal business hours for you to do your transactions. There's never a law or rule that I need to call. Like, so I would not do that unless it's a rule for me to call ahead of time. That's not something I'm going to take an initiative. You're a business, and that's your operation is to handle my business when I come in there. There's no way I'm calling. No way.
Listen, all I'm saying is if you wanted privacy, because he said, listen, I want it to be discreet. I don't want nobody really. Then yeah, call. Why? You a filmmaker. You're in the industry, so they'll understand. They provide those services for you.
But
they have rules for that.
I know when I go there, but that's why he wrote on it. It's like when I go, like I'm not making all of these preparations to go to withdraw money out. Like I'm not gonna prepare.
Have you known anybody in your circle, anybody, your mom, go in the bank and give a teller a written note stating that they want funds? Have you ever heard of that? But the movies,
I haven't, but let me just tell you, I was in the comments in the shade room. A lot of these like social media comments, bank tellers came on. And you know what they said that it happens with that part that says do not write under. They said a lot of people write notes on that. Like a lot of people write below that line.
I didn't know that.
I'm not a bank teller, but a lot of them spoke up and said that's normal. Like people write people write below that line.
Really? I've never heard of that ever. But okay.
But if I'm going there, how else are you gonna do it? Like even if he didn't write it on a check, let's say if he wrote it on a piece of pad. Like I'm saying, to me, I think he took all the proper precautions and she overreacted. There's no way if I go in the bank and I'm giving you the only thing that maybe could have been suspicious to her is the note. And the note to me wasn't even suspicious. It wasn't like do what I say or you won't get hurt. It said it said, I tried to pull it up, but it said basically like, please give me my money in a discreet fashion. Go in the back. Give me my money. But he put in his ATM card, he put in his PIN number, and all she had to do was ask a question. Like, why are you running to the manager, pushing buttons and stuff to get the cops there? Like, all you had to do was ask, and then he could have explained it. She just immediately reacted.
Yeah. I thought the bank teller, they said, was a Black female, pregnant. She was pregnant. So she probably felt like her life was in danger. Listen, if I was a teller and somebody passed me and you don't know their training, maybe that's in their training. Listen, if somebody slips you a note stating, get me this type of money, yeah, I'm going to take precaution. Like I'm going to think about my safety first. That's what I'm going to do.
I
don't know. So wait a minute. So do you think she should be fired?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, okay. I think that was just too much. Like you overreacted, you on edge. It's just like when a cop overreacts and starts shooting up people. Like, what if she's a cop? Like, is that okay that you make mistakes like that? What if the cop came in and started shooting or something? This could have caused like a bad reaction. Like, I just think she's on edge, and I don't think it was her fault. From what I understand, she went to the manager, and the manager makes the call on whether to call the cops or not. She went to the back. And he was waiting there, and then she just ended up going to the back, and then all like she started procrastinating, hesitating, and then all of a sudden the cops came.
Yeah.
So I don't think it was completely her fault. I think the manager, whoever, maybe not initially fired. I would want to know where their head is at, and then I would like handle it from there. Maybe not immediately fired. So I'm gonna take that part back.
Yeah, I would think they would have that would be a warning, right? And yeah, I would give her a warning, maybe give them a little bit more training but I think he could have handled it differently as well. Like pull your mask down a little bit.
No.
Right, listen, that's what?
To me, that's another problem. Like we're in a pandemic now. So to me, these are regulations that the government and everybody else needs to figure out. First of all, we're in a pandemic. People should not be going in the banks with masks. That shouldn't even be allowed. But it is. That's what I'm saying. He followed the rules. It's allowed. They should have no sunglasses in the bank and no mask.
Yeah.
And if you got a problem,
I agree with that.
If you got a problem with that, make your transaction Zelle and go to ATM. Don't come in this bank.
Yeah.
But that's the government to make those rules. And
Yeah, I agree.
there's nothing he did. He did not break no laws.
Yeah.
You're saying he's supposed to do stuff that's not even a law. He's doing everything he's supposed to do. Like, I gotta make up my own laws for you to do your job? Like, no.
Right. So mom said many years ago I withdrew 11,000 in cash, no note, without asking the teller. Without asking that the teller took me to the private room to count. Thank you, Mom. You see what I'm saying?
But she said without asking, the teller took that's what I'm saying. For me as a customer, I'm an ordinary person. You're the trained person. When I come to you got to do your job. I don't have a job to do. You do your job, and you got to do it properly. So, like my mother said, the bank teller did the proper thing and took whatever.
Right, took her to the private. Yeah.
My mother didn't say take me to the private. They did it.
Right. I don't know.
Like, no, he did.
I don't think she should be fired. I think it should be a warning. I think they should give the tellers a little more training on how to, conduct themselves if you receive. And if you're saying tellers saying that they get notes, I never even heard that, but okay.
On the back, not notes, but he wrote it. He went to go put he did it on a check. The on a check on the back where you write, you got to sign, and then below that line.
Oh, right. They did say behind it.
He wrote behind that check.
Okay. Yeah. So, I mean, I guess it's a learning experience for both parties, regarding how to conduct yourself.
I don't think it's for both. I'm with Ryan all the way. The bank.
Yeah, he was very upset. He was very upset.
And as he should be. If a lawsuit will be coming right after. I think it was racial profiling too. I don't care if she's black. I was like when you and I discussed. Unfortunately, I think we also discriminate. It's so it's so systemic. Like where we also can look at other people and think like, oh, okay, they black, dark skin, because it's so ingrained in society. Like I think she could have been on edge too because he was black and had and glasses on.
Now, what if that was a white guy walking in there? You think she would act differently?
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably. Yeah. I remember but it happened. When we was working at the law firm together years and years ago, and I remember this black, I was always the one to come out and greet.
Right, when they come in, yeah.
The white witnesses and the attorneys who come out to do the depositions. So right. I would always go into the reception area and say, hi, how you doing? Can I get you anything? And right. I remember a black lady sitting there. And when I went out to offer her, do you want something to drink? Okay. And I said to her, I said, so just I'll come back out when your attorney arrives. And then she was like, I am the attorney. Oh. To me, it was like, my bad.
She shut you all the way up.
She was the witness.
Right.
She was the witness when she was sitting there why couldn't I think to myself that was the attorney?
Yeah. Wow.
And then I remember I learned from that. That was and I remember I was young. I was in my early 20s. And I remember thinking to myself, why did I that's so stupid? And I remember being embarrassed. I didn't even apologize to her. But that was years and years ago. And I still feel so bad about that. As a black person.
But you learned from that. That's something that you learned from. So it was a learning experience. Absolutely. Now you know not to judge nobody when they come in. Yes, I am the attorney.
I definitely do. I don't do that. I learned a valuable lesson.
That's good stuff. Well, yeah, I hope everything works out on both parties. I know the teller right now is going oh, what did I do? But again,
I feel like how I felt when I just I didn't overreact as bad as she did, but you feel bad. I know I felt bad, so I can imagine she's probably being hard on herself if she's smart. She's gonna remember this for the rest of her life.
Absolutely, because it's all over. Everybody's talking about it, so I'm sure. So we wish them well. Hope everything works out for them. Let's go into Jesse. You got it. So yeah, they are talking about, he got 150 days in jail, 30 months of probation on a hate crime case. Jesse was ordered to pay $2,500 in the fine. What do you think Should he got jail time or not?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
You think so?
Yeah. If me or you did something like that, you using taxpayer dollars, like you lying, you creating chaos, like absolutely. You
Yeah.
should get punished even more so. Like you gotta like deter people from even thinking about doing something so dumb.
Right.
Like for
So
him to
dumb.
do that, yeah, for him to do that, it's like, no, this is punishment. He should. He broke the law with false testimony and all that other stuff. He can, and then he's still denying it till this day. But
To this day.
I think he partially like admitted it because in the courtroom he was like screaming, "I'm innocent, and if I did do it, I did it for society and the LBGT." So I was like,
Well, I think he was calling that out because he was saying, like, I think he feels like he's going to die in jail. They're going to kill him in jail. So the Judge Lynn, called Jesse arrogant and selfish. And she said he faked this attack for attention. Do you think he faked it for attention?
yeah, I think wasn't it something with the show he was on?
Right.
Empire?
He was saying that, well, they were saying that he wanted more money. And so he did this for attention. I guess to boost his, ratings. That's what I heard.
Yeah, he did it for whatever reason he did it for. It was like it wasn't right.
Yeah.
He should be punished for that.
Punished. And he better be happy he only got 150 days. For me, that's my opinion. Because I just feel like he's so arrogant. Like he just runs his mouth. He does not stop. He should have stopped when they first let it out. They let it go and paid your fines and just zip your lip. But he kept going and going and going. And I felt like he didn't have no remorse. Even if he felt like he didn't do it, just be humble. He was not humbling himself. He was just so arrogant. And that's what messed him up.
I believe so too. And
but Sean says reporting, he's crazy. Hey, Sean.
Yeah, I think that's why he should be punished, because if you or I did that and I called and said, oh, my boyfriend's coming in the house, he might have cheated on me or something, and I call the cops and be like, oh my God, there's a burglar coming in here and he got a gun. Like, I'm gonna get arrested.
Exactly.
That could have spiraled into something crazy.
Facts.
Like, these are tax-paying dollars you playing with. Why? Because you're a spoiled rich kid and you didn't get your way. Like, no, he needs to be punished. I think 150 days is like a slap on the wrist.
Mm-hmm.
I think he should have got more. And where are these African brothers? I need
That's what I want to know. Where are the African brothers at? Where are they at?
Yeah, and what time did they serve? Did they serve any time? Where are they?
I don't think they served time. I think because they ratted out, they ratted on them. So I don't think they served time.
If I was them, I would be getting all kind of book deals going instead of going on a good show. Like, I'm surprised they're not doing interviews. Throwing him under the bus.
Yeah. Vashon said they went home. They like, bye-bye. They like, listen, we don't want no jail time. We'll tell you everything. But we can't do jail time. We're about to go home.
That's true. They probably got immunity.
You know what I'm saying? Exactly. That's what happened. But yeah, I don't know. I just hope that he learns from this. Like, I just feel like he messed up his whole career up. Like, do you think it's coming back? Any coming back from this?
No.
For him?
No. Because look at what he did. Like, you didn't get your way. And like, when I hire him, if I was like, Tyler Perry or something. So if I don't give you what you want, you might want to raise. Now, what else? What other tactics and craziness are you going to pull now?
Exactly.
I don't know what he's capable of doing, and no one wants to take that risk. It's just like with Monique. Like, she started talking crazy. No one wants to take that risk to hire her.
Right. Crazy. I feel bad for him. Let's keep Jesse in our prayers. We wish him well. Yeah? No.
Yes.
I really wanted to
spoiled.
What'd you say? And stop being spoiled.
Deal with what, whatever you signed up for, deal with it.
Right. I wanted to go into the Eve and Keisha Cole's story. Did you read? Well, I think it's on some of the shows, the morning shows. A lot of people talked about it, but I think she's on TV1 doing her story. And then it was a story. She said she told a story about her and Eve and how they used to hang out. They were in a club together and they were walking out of the club and somebody grabs Eve's bag and she turned around and smacked the person. And like, you know, so my question to you is, how far do you go for a friend? What would your reaction would have been? We walking out the club, somebody grabbed my bag. What do you do?
We're gonna keep walking. We're keeping it walking. I'm gonna smack her. No, I'm not doing that.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So I wouldn't do that for my own bag. Like, so I wouldn't do that. Like, to me, it's just like, why? Like, a bag, it's a bag. Like, I gotta prove, like, that's ego. That's ego to me. Like, what you gotta prove? Like, I'm not even a celebrity. And I'm not going to, somebody grab my bag. Like, I don't know her. Like, what do I gotta prove to her?
Right.
Like, why would I smack her? Like, this is not my friend. It's not my siblings. It's not my cousin. Yeah, maybe if it's something, I gotta teach you a lesson. Now you're crossing the boundary. You cross the boundary. You take my bag. You grab my bag. You want to grab my arm. Like, I don't know what it was. Was it a fan, out of control fan?
Yeah, it was. I would say it was a fan who pulled her, who nudged on her bag. So this is me and you walking out the club. Any of my friends, my real friends. If we walking out the club, I'm behind you and somebody grab your bag. I'm not saying I'm smacking them, but best believe I'm going to get in that ass. Like, what are you doing? Like, what the fuck? I am going to, the other person is going to feel. So now I'm not going to smack and we ain't going to fight. We're not going to do none of that. Praying, right? But they definitely going to know, like, what are you doing? Don't do that. Don't grab on her bag like that. Like, you understand?
I would probably, like, say if you in front of me and then the arm goes like that, I'll probably be like, or something like that, keep it moving. So
right.
Break it up. But am I gonna be like fighting bitches? No, I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna go like that, and then we're gonna keep walking. But as far as like, I wouldn't want you turn around, you getting into it with a girl you don't even know. Like, why? Like, why you gotta put your hands on people? I would only do it to get your bag back. Like,
right.
That's what I agree. And who knows if she's grabbing your bag? Like, maybe she's just trying to grab your attention.
Right. Well, listen, back in the day, this is way back in the days.
See, look at what Miss Carol said. She was like, I thought she stole the bag. Exactly.
No, it doesn't matter. Excuse me. It does not matter about stealing. I don't give a fuck if she stole. You touched my friend's bag. Why? You violated her. You're violating her privacy. Like, don't touch her. Don't touch her bag. That's just me. That's what I'll do. Now, back in the days, when me and my sisters were in the club, it would have been a whole different situation. And I understand it because I used to be mad when I used to go out with some, I ain't going to say which one, but going out with my sisters, we used to turn the motherfucking club out. They shutting the club down because the Klein sisters are in the club fighting, where we could have just like, listen, calm down, like, don't do that. We could have had a conversation and walked and went home. That's back in the days. But when you get a little older, you do things a little differently.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? But I would not, for me, I would have to say something. I could not just be like, and turn it. No, what are you doing? What are you doing? Don't touch her. Don't do that. And then what if she would have punched me in my mouth? Shut it. Then it would have been a whole other situation, right?
Okay, but Sean said her wallet and therefore her ID, everything else in there. Now she knows where she lives. So much stuff comes from that. But to me, I didn't take it that the intention was to steal the bag and leave.
Like rob.
To me, the intention was she was grabbing like her arm with the bag in it. I don't think she went to go like steal it, like steal the bag. If that was her intention, the most I would do is, okay, maybe let's say her intention was to steal the bag. I'm gonna smack like her arm so it can detach like the arm. But am I gonna be fighting with her? No.
Right. Back in the days, not today. You getting the beats. Cause you still crazy, Vashawn. That's why. I ain't going to jail. Hi, Miss Jackson.
Hey, Miss Jackson.
I'm not going to jail. Now that's different. Like Miss Jackson is on here now, right? Now me and Miss Jackson, I ain't gonna say too much, but we work together. There's been many a times like clients will come up and they say something crazy. Miss Jackson be like, what happened? who did like it's just automatic in us. It's just a habit. She laughing. You already know, Miss Jackson, it's just in us. Like what?
But
What? What you doing?
again, that's a lot of ego.
Why you say ego?
I say ego because you feel your ego is bruised. Somebody said, "Oh, what you dumb? Why you can't do this?" Like, what? Okay, I'm dumb. So, like, I don't need to react to everything people say to show them I'm that B. Like, I'm the one. You're not gonna mess with me. Who cares?
It's not about ego. It's about protecting the person that you love.
Protecting them from what?
Any means necessary. Any means necessary. Miss Jackson said that's a fact. It's protecting the person you love. I dare somebody say anything to, and I'm not a fighter. Listen, I call my sisters. Y'all come. Yeah, with words. I'm not saying fighting, duffing, and putting the Vaseline on your face, right? But I'm just not. That's just not me. It's not in me. It's not in my blood. It's not my heart. I'm going bananas on somebody, not ego. It's not ego.
When you and Miss Jackson, somebody said something crazy.
Yeah.
The word says.
Right.
Not putting hands on you, not doing anything. They saying something to you that's what, bruising your ego?
No, disrespectful. Maybe disrespectful.
So what? Okay, they disrespected you. They said, "Yo, you a B."
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm saying. That's ego.
That's disrespect.
Okay,
that's disrespect.
They disrespected me, so I gotta prove to them you don't disrespect. This is a person I don't gotta go home with. I don't gotta see you. So I gotta let them know I'm not a B. I gotta let them know who boss is.
That's different. That's different. Let me just say this. Everybody handle things differently, right? And I get what you're saying. I understand. Because some things are not, you don't have to react. And I always say that. You don't have to react to everything. But if somebody's disrespectful, put their hands on somebody that I love, it's going to be automatic. I'm not going to be able to help myself.
I can see.
And it's not an ego.
No, if somebody puts, I'm saying you speaking about when you and Miss Jackson, if somebody say words. That to me, like I said, to me, that's ego. But I get it. If somebody, I'm not going to stand there if I see somebody putting their hands on you, initiating a fight. Absolutely. If I see somebody grab your bag, I'm going to to me, the intention, what I got, it wasn't grabbing it in a hostile way. It was grabbing it to get their attention because she's a celebrity. Now, if I'm on the street with you and somebody's trying to grab your bag and steal it and run, absolutely, I'm going to get involved. Like, and try to get your bag back, make sure that doesn't happen. But as far as someone...
That's what we're talking about.
Yeah, if somebody I don't know is coming up to me calling me a B or whatever it is, to me, I just don't need to react to that because that's not gonna penetrate. Like that's
not what we're talking about. You could talk all day, bitches and all that, but when it's disrespect, that's a whole different topic.
But it's disrespect to me. It's still words. It's disrespect. It's still words.
Miss Jackson said you have to let people know their lane and there are boundaries with everything. Respect is always due. And a lot of times people forget about that. It's about respect. And so sometimes you got to remind Negroes, especially in times when we do.
So I'm going to remind a person that comes up, say a client comes in today and I got to remind them for what? Tomorrow, or if I'm going home, what am I reminding them for? What? I'm going to see them tomorrow. They my friend. We're going to befriend each other. What am I reminding them for next time?
Listen, and let me just say this, and then where we work, right? Every day you'll see them. So when you have that initial conversation with them, listen, this is what's going to happen. You're not going to talk to me like that. Ongoing. Good morning, Miss Ebony. How you doing? Can I sit and talk with you? It's you set boundaries. It's just boundaries, respect.
No, I get that part. Like to me, I get it when you got to work with them, like coworkers, clients I'm seeing every day. Like you do got to set it. But when I'm thinking about like with the Keisha Cole situation, and they say it's this celebrity that grabs my bag or is trying to yank at me. Like to me, it's just like you got to. Sometimes you can't just even on a job. Like there's certain things I'm not going to react to. When, I'm going to let, whoever know what it is, or maybe I just got to leave the situation. I don't know. But to me, to create to go back and forth with somebody that I don't got to live with, go home with, be my friend, that's not my family member, to me, it doesn't affect me. It doesn't. It really does. Like, that's why I say it's kind of like ego, because I feel like people's egos get bruised and they got to automatically react. Me, I don't feel, my ego doesn't get bruised easily. It's not easy. So if somebody says something to me, maybe I'm different because it doesn't affect me. A lot of times I see how people react. Like if we in a store or something and a person come in and maybe like said something like out of character or something disrespectful, and you just seeing this person like and they start arguing. People lose lives over stuff like that.
Yeah.
But to
But
me,
let's stay on the topic is, let's forget about the wording, right? Like the bitches and I agree with you on that. But let's just say like I walk by and a client like mush, like something like shoves me or something like that. That's what we're talking about. That's when it'll be a problem, because there's been situations where somebody says something and I'll look at Miss Jackson, maybe they'll be like, breathe, because I already know she's about to pop off, right? And she'll probably do the same thing for me. So I do understand what you're saying. It's not really worth it, right? We got so much to lose. But I'm just saying, as far as tugging, hitting, pulling, you bump, just being disrespectful. So that's what I'm saying. I want to be clear. That's what I'm saying. So I agree with you.
See, I get that. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I agree with you on that part. It's just certain times when it's words and people I'm never gonna see again and stuff like that. I'm not reacting.
Right. I understand.
And I see like I'm sure you hear about it all the time too. Like you go in a store, people arguing, getting like physical with people you just meeting that might have said something crazy to you or might have did something like, or just anything. Like people argue over the stupidest things that don't even know each other, and that's never gonna see each other again.
So let me ask you this. So Eve and Keisha Cole were friends, they hung out all the time. After Keisha Cole did that, Eve told her, I'm not messing with you. I can't do it. You're a liability. Would you have done that to a friend that was trying to protect you?
If it was like a regular occurrence, like I don't know what that like maybe because I've had a friend like that before. Like it wasn't like to me that seems a little bit too simple. Like if you felt somebody was taking my bag, maybe Keisha thought she was running away with the bag. I wasn't there, so I don't know which extreme it was. Like, was it something simple or was it somebody really trying to run away with the bag? So I don't know if it was something on a regular occurrence where you don't know how to control yourself. You don't know how to control your anger. And you easily get bruised. Your ego easily gets bruised. So you always got to react to everything. It's
gotcha.
Just like I'm using that with Cardi B. Like she's always getting into it with people. Like these are people that you don't have to deal with in your regular life. So to me, as far as Eve is concerned, I don't know if it was a first time occurrence, then I would talk to her and see like where we stand with this. Like, listen, keep doing this. We got security that can rough a person up for this. Don't do it because it will snowball out of control. And the person, I think at that point, Eve was the one with the money. Like, I think a show was on air. She was thriving. So if you're thriving, it's just like, don't put me in a situation where the person's going to end up suing me.
Right. I agree with that.
So what do you think?
But would you stop being her friend though? Your friend, you hang out with y'all know each other parents. You know what I'm saying? Like that's your homie. Now she's a hothead. But
that's what I'm saying. If she's a hothead, if it's a regular occurrence, like me. If I do that with you, that's not my character. Like you don't know at what point did I wake up angry that day and I just did it? Maybe my man or something got on my nerves and now I'm I'm triggered. Like so you don't know, that's out of character. So that's something that I don't usually do. But if it's something that I usually do, then I would have to distance myself from it.
I wouldn't dead my friend, but she wouldn't be able to go out with me to functions like that where I'm performing or where I'm handling my business. No, baby, stay home on this. I think you should sit this one out. But other than that, like let's go to brunch. Let's do, things where I know you ain't gonna mess up my money because I don't play with my money. We're not gonna do that. Carol said they're celebrities. She has to protect her image. I agree, Carol.
And that's what I'm saying. Even if you're not exactly that. I agree with that because her money can be affected by that. Her image, like you said, she can be blackballed. Like Carol said, she can be blackballed out of every time she comes somewhere, it's gonna cause some friction. But I feel like even when you're not a celebrity, you gotta protect you. Like people can get you in a lot of mess when they keep reacting. I've had a friend like that. Like every time we go out, she's fighting with somebody, and then she would always expect me to
jump in. I don't want to fight tonight. I want to dance. I want to have a little sip, and I want to enjoy myself. I don't want to fight.
And not only that, you're initiating the fights. Like, you think if you're initiating it and then somebody, I can see if somebody come at you, yeah, I'm gonna de-escalate the situation, but you're coming in situations when it's a
Yeah.
regular
You
occurrence.
making the spot hot. Don't do
Every
that.
time we go out, we're not even in the same settings. We're in different settings,
Yeah.
barbecue, this, and every time we out, you the one that's always getting into fight with people, like, and
Yeah.
then you expect me to fight with you? No, I'm not, and I'm not even a celebrity. It's like, no, people lose lives over this. No,
That's so true. People go to jail. You be in jail like, what? Why did I hit this girl in the top of the head with a bottle? Because my
exactly.
friend want to start trouble. So I do agree. And I'm glad that we're mature. Our circle mature. We're adults. We
Absolutely.
move differently, and we have so much to lose. So I ain't gonna be in a club for nah, nah. I ain't gonna do that. But I am gonna
Absolutely.
stick to if somebody messes with my loved one or I feel like they disrespected one. What's mine? Nah, I can't. I can't sit still.
Disrespect to me is like disrespect with words.
Forget about the words. Just yeah, that too though, a little bit.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. I don't care what. There's not nobody's gonna say to me that's gonna. I don't know. To me, it's like when I see people reacting. If somebody called, like that was happening to the friend I'm talking about. Like it would be something stupid. Somebody say, "Okay, she looked like a welfare recipient." Why would I be? That's disrespectful. It's hurtful. Like, if I know I'm not a welfare
Shut up.
recipient and you trying to like come at me saying I'm a welfare recipient, like, okay, that's what you think, but is it gonna hurt my soul where I gotta be like arguing, what the F? You are this, you are that, and I'm gonna start hitting you? Like, no,
Yes.
that's not gonna affect me because you think that of me. That's you.
Yeah.
I think highly of myself. So what you
Yeah.
say is not gonna affect me where I'm gonna want to fight you.
Yeah. I agree though. I agree. God is amazing.
Yes, and like Carol said,
This
like
grown age. It's this grown age. Yeah. You grown. You don't do sometime.
yes. But I just think like just when you're a celebrity, like you definitely have to not that's my takeaway, like from this with the Keisha Cole thing is my takeaway is like just protect yourself, not just your image. Just make
Right.
sure that you protect yourself. You know,
Right.
if somebody says about you doesn't mean that that's not a fact. That's something somebody
Mhm.
thinks of you. Who cares what
And
anyone
don't put
thinks
your
about
friend in that situation where she has to choose her business, her money, or you. I think you should never do that. Like, that's how I eat. That's how I take care of my family. Like, if you go out with me, carry yourself in a manner where we're going to enjoy ourselves. We're going to have a good time. And that's it. I don't want to fight. I don't. I never was a fighter. I don't want to fight. Depends on the situation. Miss Jackson. Ooh.
you. Yes.
But yeah, so but I don't think Eve should have just deaded her, and that's what she basically said. But Keisha Cole said it was a learning experience from her. She got so much from that situation that she don't have to react. Like you said, E. She don't gotta react to everything. All right, you call me a bitch, all right, I'm good. You bumped me, you pour a little liquor on my shoe, I could wipe it off. I'm good. You know what I'm saying? And that's what she took from it. So that's the lesson, and I took a little bit from it as well.
These are people not even like me. Like they got people on deck to react for you. Like
Yeah,
she said, that's what she learned from it. She said, we got security for that. You're paying somebody to do the job of what
right.
so what
That's
the
facts.
security doing? You doing what you paying somebody to do? Like
No,
that's
that's facts.
for me. Like I wish I had security, and we don't have security, and I know better. It's like so
Right.
you doing this, like why? Because you feel like somebody like no, no.
Yeah, I agree. But she said she did learn, and she's a different woman today. She don't react so fast. She said so fast.
And that's the takeaway I get from it. That's how I apply it to my everyday life. Like,
Yeah,
let's please, like, if me and you are out and then I see you arguing with somebody getting into it, I'm not gonna be like, I'm gonna be like, come on, Emily, like they don't even matter. Like, look at them. Like, come on now. Like, why do I think somebody like is gonna affect me? So it's like, we gotta just keep it moving. Like,
right.
life is
You
too.
won't be the person, but like, come on, let's go. No, like this, and I would appreciate that. You saved us. Some people don't even realize, like, he just saved me. We got out of here. We ain't fighting.
Exactly.
Nobody in jail. Nobody dead. Nobody bleeding. So I do appreciate. I know my friends who got my back and will hold me down. If somebody punch me in my face, I know you ain't gonna stand there.
Yeah.
But the talking and stuff, I get what you're saying. You can avoid situations. You can. So I agree.
Exactly. There's no need for that. And
We
that
ladies, we ladies.
yes. Exactly. And life is too short. It's too precious. Like I want to be happy. I'm not
Yes,
trying to be let anyone bring me out of character and anger me. Like
that's so
especially
true.
someone that I don't know and that I don't ever have to see in life. Like that's how I
Right.
always think of it when somebody like will say something to cut me off in traffic or something. Well, I gotta be in road rage and start going after them and throwing a cigarette at their car. Like no, like what people do that and they get so spun up and out of control over stuff like this, and people have lost their life over it.
Yeah,
They
that's
kids,
so true
their
though.
mama that they with, they somebody like you don't know how this could snowball.
Yeah,
So
it's
it's like
so
you just
true.
got to be cognizant of what could you don't know like you don't know these people's mental history.
That's
You don't
facts.
know their medication. I don't
That's
play
so
with
true.
people, especially when you don't know them. I'm not playing with these people out here. Okay, I'm
We
checking.
got a lot of mental, and it's not a joke, but mental illness out there. So we gotta be very careful. We have to be on point. We gotta know when it's like, nope, we ain't gonna react. Bye, take care, have a good day. There's
Yeah.
no reaction needed. So I agree. Like for what?
Yes, absolutely.
Good stuff.
And that goes on to the next topic that's in the headlines is Chris Brown. Speaking of celebrities and their images and protecting themselves.
Yes. Let me just say a little bit of the story. So, if you guys haven't heard, back in January, a woman sued Chris Brown for allegedly drugging her and raping her. New alleged text messages got leaked, and people are questioning her story now. Um, the text message revealed that she relocated from Los Angeles to be with him. And I think she met him once, and she moved from where she at, relocated to where that was a red flag. They're like, this, I don't know, it ain't right. And
Mhm.
then the text messages read, one of the text messages read, you just be wanting to fuck me, excuse me, F me, or can we hang out on some chill shit? I
Mhm.
know you be busy and it's cool if you only want to F. I just want to know my role. So my question is, do you believe her story, or do you believe that Chris Brown received these text messages from her?
I don't know. I don't know if he just put because text messages you can post I can make a fake text message.
Yeah.
I could dox
Based on
her.
his backstory too. A lot of people are saying based on his backstory, this is not his first, um sexual
That's what I'm saying.
criminal.
An investigation needs to be done because I'm not
Yes,
going to just
for
say,
sure.
look at what he did with Rihanna. And then he gets drugged out like he's a cokehead allegedly.
Hmm.
Because I don't know, maybe he could have been high off or something, and he might not even remember. And then
Right.
his text say something like that. It alluded to like, yeah, me and my boys, we were high, and I didn't bust or something. Like he was saying stuff like,
Hmm.
does he even remember? Like what happened?
Right. And all of the I mean, after the leak text messages, I think the person that was representing her like bailed out. Like she's like, I'm not doing this no more. Did you hear that? She
Yeah,
needs to
I did hear
accept what it
that
is.
the attorney basically dropped her and is like, I'm not representing you no more.
Right.
But I just don't know. Like these women sometimes, like these celebrities have a lot of money. Like they have, their pockets, they got long money that can go.
Right.
Like if God forbid something like that happened to me, I don't have like a Johnny Cochran type attorney to back me up and go full throttle on my behalf. So I don't know if they come at me and something happens and something like that happened to me, and he coming at me with his attorneys who's like top tier attorneys. I might feel intimidated. I don't got the money. I got a little, attorney
Yeah.
here that's a little divorce attorney or something, first case, a law student. So I don't know if that might intimidate me. So I don't know if the attorney dropped her. I don't know. Maybe she felt like, maybe she was like, the attorney was probably like, what, these text messages? She might,
Right. She lied. How about she lied? How about she lied to me? You didn't tell me about these text messages. Oh, you were saying that you were, she basically sounded like she was a groupie. Like, I'll do anything. It don't matter. I just want to know my role. If it's just sex, that it just sounded thirsty to me. I don't know.
if those text messages are true, if they're
And the
not
crazy,
messed up.
right. And I'll say this. I feel bad for the women that's really are being drugged and raped. Like, she just give them a bad rap. You know what I'm saying? That's why a lot of the women don't want to come out and have these conversations about being violated, because stuff like this. So if she is lying, sucks.
And that's what I'm saying. And if she is, and if she isn't, it still could be bad too, because like I
Absolutely.
said, because he's a big, celebrity. It's like, who knows what's going on in the back end? Like, you know what I'm saying? Is she feeling intimidated? Is this one of the cases where she is gonna go into hiding, and then now that's why people are scared to come out if this
Right.
happens to them? So that's what I'm saying. Like, you really just don't know. But I don't, for his sake, I don't know, for any of their sake, like, I just hope it's investigated properly, where it's not like, hopefully she's not lying, and it's not a case of, because this is why women don't want to come out, because people don't
Yeah.
believe them.
I think she got upset after he was like, no, we're just going to be effing. I don't want no relationship with you. I don't know why you moved down here. She got upset and she's like, oh, for real? Okay, I got you. And that's what they do. They feel like you used me. You used me, nigga? No, I told you what it was. I told you I didn't want to be with you and I just wanted to pipe you out. I told you.
I think so too. Like, a lot of women get angry over, like, they get really upset afterwards. Like,
Yeah.
what the risks are when you go with
She
these.
relocated for this dude. What? Nah, I don't know.
And that's your fault. Like, if you're doing stuff like that, like, you just gotta keep it moving. Like, you can't. That's what I'm saying. Like, these people be doing stuff that just can get them in a whole world of trouble. Why? Because your feelings are hurt. Like,
Right.
move on. Like, move on. Now you're gonna look stupid. Like, your name is out there. Like, who's gonna? I don't know. Who's gonna want to, like, take that risk again after that? Like,
And let me say this about Chris Brown. He should know better. Like, there should be disclosures at the door. Like, everybody's cell phone in the bags, sign. Like, I want the dick tonight. I'm gonna take the dick tonight. Like, it should be a disclosure before he start messing with these girls, these crazy girls. Like, you should know better already. Like, what are you doing? But you high, you thinking this is a thing to do and it's not. And you in, trouble again.
I think he gets high. I think that's the culprit. I think he gets high and he's making mistakes. Allegedly gets high. But to me, that's what I think. I think, because if it's me, there's certain things that I do to protect myself, and I'm not even a celebrity. Like, say if I know, like, I'm in trouble, and I'm getting things back on track and stuff like that, and you're at risk for stuff like this. Say if I do want to smash somebody out, I'm gonna figure out what the law is or whatever, tape recording people. But that's what I do. I start tape recording, taking pictures, taking video. Like, hey girl, say cheese for the camera. Like, and then I would say certain keywords. Like,
right.
And then if she want to go later, that's when, and maybe that is what he did. But I don't know if the text is gonna be enough, because maybe he could have doctored that up. I'm getting video.
Yeah.
And making sure that I protect myself. I'm gonna make sure that I get because a lot of people do that. Like, they have them sign off on disclosures.
Yeah.
Kim Kardashian and them. Like, if I'm a maid and I want to work,
yes, you have to sign. Absolutely.
And that's the same thing that should happen when it comes to sex. Like,
yes,
you need to do stuff.
That's crazy, right? Here, sign the disclosure first. You want the cock here? But it has gotten to that point, though. That's so crazy. But either way, I hope that this does not, make it bad. And it is, though, for the females that really want to come out and tell their stories.
Absolutely.
And so, yeah, Chris Brown got to get it together.
Absolutely. And I just want to, as we move along to the next topics and close out, I just want to give a RIP to Tracy Braxton.
Oh, yes, definitely.
Passed away. And just, like, just acknowledge that, because I really was hurt over that.
Yeah.
And yeah, that was
life is short. Like, I'm just tired of hearing death.
She was 50 years old.
50 years old. Never knew. And they remind me of all my sisters because, you know, it's a few of them and it's my sisters is like, life is short. That's it. Yeah. So, yeah, our condolences to the family. We'll definitely keep in the family in prayer. She had cancer and was
Esophagus
battling it for a
cancer.
few years. Um,
Esophagus cancer of
yeah.
the throat.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really I saw, you don't remember, but I remember I sent you a text message.
Uh-huh.
I saw, and everybody, it was kind of like the one from Black Panther. What's his name?
Oh, yeah. The one who
When he
passed
put up
away.
a
He lost so
picture,
much weight.
and then
Mm-hmm.
people kept saying, speculating that he was on drugs and all this other stuff when it really
Yeah.
wasn't drugs. He was suffering too. And it
Yeah.
was the same thing when a picture went up of her. I was thinking it was like devastating. She was at her son's wedding and there was a picture up and
Oh, I seen that.
she looked so slim. And then she had a mask on all the professional pictures. So to me, that was like maybe 6 months ago. So after that picture, she really did weigh on my mind after that because it was like, oh my God. And then shortly after,
Mm-hmm.
Tamar put up a post. And her and Tamar used to go at it.
Yeah. So I know she's like devastated right now. I know that she's hurting.
After that picture went up, Tamar put up a like, I love you so much. So to me, that was alarming too, because it was like, why all of a sudden you putting up this long text to her?
Yeah.
So to me, something is going on. And then just to wake up and find out that she passed away, it was sad.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Our prayers go out to the family. She had a son, a grandson. And yeah, prayers up.
Yeah, it is. And life is short. That's what this whole our podcast is today. Is like life is short. Let's just be happy. You don't know. Like you just gotta live for today. Like it's your last. You just never know when life, you could be arguing with somebody over a pocketbook and then bam, your life is over. Or God forbid it could be like, cancer. But the one thing, the benefit, it's not a benefit, but I mean, it's bittersweet that a lot of times, like, even though cancer, I would never wish that on anyone, but it's not like, Tamar had time to put a post and say like, fall to her knees and apologize. A lot of times people don't get that.
Yeah, they don't get the chance to do.
Tragically, and could be in the midst of an argument.
Yeah.
She got to, that's the bittersweet of it that I would, like, if I was friends with Tamar, I would say, you know what, you got to, like, she forgave you,
right.
all of that back and forth that y'all would go through. And at the end of the day, that's what happens with sisters. I know that's what you know that.
Absolutely. I agree. I believe, again, we all go through stuff with our family. And I always say life is short. We on borrowed time. I always say that. And so I am talking to myself that if you ain't right with your family, your sisters, mama, daddy, get it right, because tomorrow is not promised. We here today and we're going tomorrow. And so, love on the ones that's here.
And all that other stuff. It's like,
say that again.
That's what I was saying about that pocketbook with Keisha Cole, friends reacting to stuff, clients reacting to stuff. Like, life is too short to even be like, and I'm not saying somebody could pull out, people do pull out a gun and shoot you over stupid stuff, stepping on your foot. But all I'm saying is like, take every moment to enjoy that moment and be happy. Don't let anyone take you out of character. They're not worth it. Like, let's all be in a happy place as much as possible.
Absolutely. I agree. That sounded like the final thought. Love on your loved ones. Love on your loved ones. Love on your loved ones hard. Love on them hard, because tomorrow is not promised. And that's facts. I received it. We love you guys for joining in, for interacting. Hey, Danny girl, I see you, girl. Yeah, we back. Hi, Mom. Mom is always in the building supporting us. We appreciate you. Miss Jackson, you already know. Love for life. We love you guys. Carol, I see you. I don't know these other people, but we see everybody in the chat.
Hit that like button, comment, engage, because that helps the algorithm of us to be like, in the top of like, the algorithm of YouTube and Facebook. The more
absolutely,
the more we pushed out there to the world.
Right. Write a comment when we get off. You can go back to the video. Write a comment if you like content today. Leave a comment for us. We appreciate the love. Listen, it's free, guys. That's it. Take a few seconds, and that's it. So next Sunday, we're back at 5 p.m. We got some topics sent to us that a lot of people wanted us to touch on. So we're going to touch on those topics within the months to come. Again, if you guys have any juicy topics that you guys want to discuss, send it to us. Talk about it. Let's chat about it.
Life is a juicy topic.
Exactly.
You're
exactly. So send it. We love you for joining in, taking time out your busy schedule to just chat with your girls. We love you. Y'all already know. I love you, co-host.
Love you too, girl.
We heart you guys.
Yes.